Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Decorating with Barbara. In today's video, I'm going to share my summer home tour. I'm going to do things just a little different in this home tour. I'm going to share with you some of my thrifted items. So many of you know that I love thrifting, but we have new family members and they may not know the different ways that I love to decorate on a budget. So I thought I would take a moment today and share some of my thrifted items as well as some budget saving tips. So we're going to start here in the entryway. This table base was thrifted. Now it was just the base alone in Goodwill, and it was painted in black and gold, but I knew I had a table round at home that I could add to it and make a stunning entryway table. And so that brings me to another tip. When you're adding colors to your artwork, you want to pull colors from around your home. So in this art piece, I chose the wall color that is behind the artwork, which is Revere Pewter, and this color runs throughout my home. Now, it already had brown in the artwork, but I changed the brown to match the brown in my home. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know that I recently painted my dining room brown, so I used some of that same brown to add to this artwork. And I also added in some of the neutral color from the entry table. And so by adding the surrounding colors, you make sure that your home feels connected and cohesive throughout. Now, there's 3 pieces to this desk, and they're all different, but they were all painted the same color to look as one unit. And so once again, I tied in the bookcase to the color of the dining room. Now, because the bookcase is dark, I wanted to add lighter colors to keep the bookcase simple, less cluttered, and elegant. And of course, I added in a little bit of gold to add a touch of sparkle. And this is the other side of the room. And guys, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this space because I just recently did a video on this room. And so if you want more details, you can refer to that video and I will link it in the playlist below. Okay, so if you have been with me from the beginning, you may remember this chest. I had this chest when I first started YouTube. Of course, it was not this color. It started out when I picked it up from Goodwill in a dark brown and green hunting scene. But I knew it had potential. Look at this beautiful shape of this Bombay chest. And so I brought it home and painted it in black and silver, if you've been with me that long. But then over the years, I started to lighten up my colors and I painted it out in this ivory color and painted the handles gold. And this is where I keep a lot of my tabletop ware. I keep my napkin rings in here, and you guys may have seen a video a while back where we weeded out some of my napkins and napkin rings and then saved a few. And so here are some of my napkins. It's about time to weed out a few more because I've collected some over the years. But yeah, this is where I keep those items. All right guys, so let's go to the dining room. Okay, so here we are in the dining room, and guys, I am still 100% in love with the paint color. Some of you guys see this paint color as charcoal or black, but it is a beautiful brown by Sherwin-Williams, and the color is sealskin. So for the dining room, I wanted to use minimal decor and just hints of gold, and obviously my ivory for my neutral palette. Now I didn't want to add too much gold, so I made sure that I just added touches of gold here and there throughout the space. And so there's a little gold in the artwork. I have a lamp on the desk with my candelabra, and then the artwork here has a little bit of gold in it as well. And so guys, this artwork was one of the few pieces that I did not add brown to. So you'll see gold in my curtain rod, as well as in this vase that I recently scored from HomeGoods. Alright, so let's talk about the thrifted items. Now the lamps were definitely thrifted. And so guys, here is another money saving tip that I shared earlier about the marble trays. This one also came from the bath shops. It's a soap dish, but you don't have to use things for their intended purposes if you have the vision for something else. So now let's talk about the table. It was thrifted. It was in a cherry red. So when I brought the table home, I painted it brown, but then I recently, maybe a few years ago, painted it ivory. Now flowers, guys, don't skip on flowers at the Goodwill. I always look to make sure the flowers are clean, and if they are and in good condition, there's no reason why you shouldn't buy flowers at the Goodwill. Now, can we talk about this chandelier that is the ultimate showstopper for this dining room? It was rough going in the beginning, but we finally got it together, and this chandelier is by Homery. So guys, let's go ahead and move to the living room. Normally, when I decorate my bookcases or shelving, I like to head to Goodwill first to see what I can find that maybe I can make over for a little bit of money. Especially when it comes to vases and some candlesticks, I can't stress enough, go to Goodwill first. I know we all love HomeGoods and their beautiful decor, but sometimes, guys, you can find the same stuff in Goodwill. You just have to use your imagination. When I picked up this vase, it was brown already, but I recently painted it brown to match the walls in my dining room so that everything can be cohesive. This vase here, I picked up from Goodwill as well. Now, some people like the wording. I don't have a problem with the French writing, but if you do, you can turn your vase to the opposite side. Most vases are solid on the opposite side. So if you see something with words or a color, a painted vase, just check the back side to see if it's solid. I got the horse from Goodwill. Alright guys, so this coffee table was thrifted from Goodwill. Now, of course, with the table, I didn't have to do anything to it but come home and clean it up. Now, if you have been watching me for a while, you already know that these chairs were thrifted as well. Okay, so the mirror was also thrifted, as well as this beautiful little vintage orb on the stand. Guys, sometimes you find little vintage pieces like this orb on the stand at Goodwill, and these are classic items that will never go out of style. And I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is a marble ball, or either it is a soapstone. But either way, it is extremely heavy. Now here are a few more little gems that I picked up along the way from Goodwill, and I picked up this tray around Christmas last year, as well as the ice bucket. And I think these are perfect pieces to my collection. The little bowl was thrifted as well. And guys, this is another canvas that I painted to coordinate with my space. Also, I wanted to mention to you to be sure to check linens before you leave Goodwill. I found this ivory ultra suede fabric, and I sent the fabric to Chanel, and she made me 2 pillows. And if you guys are not familiar with Chanel, look her up. She has a channel here, and her name is Angelic Interior Designs by Chanel. And she is on a little bit of a break right now, but she will be back with a vengeance. So check her out. 2 center pillows are from Target. The stripe is from this year, and the paisley is from last year. Alright guys, so we're back here in the kitchen, and I do thrift for the kitchen as well. And so one of the more recent items that I thrifted back here was this table. Now this is a C table, which means you can pull the table over the sofa, making whatever you're working with on the table closer to reach. Next, I love looking at lamps in the thrift store. And they were, I believe, $7 a piece. And I thought those were a good price. The size is perfect for the small table and the small space. I also thrift dishes, and I found these dishes, which was a set of 4. They're all different, but they're all gold and white. And I can't remember what I paid for them because it's been a while, but I do like to get little salad plates and things like that, which I can add on to a dinner plate and change the look of a white plate. I also recently picked up this hurricane. Now the hurricane was in a brassy gold, a very shiny gold, and I decided to paint it in a warm gold. So this just matched some of the other golds that I have in my home already. I love to thrift bowls. I found this set of 3 bowls in the kitchen area. Now normally you would look for 4 to make a place setting, but they were such a pretty bowl with the inside being black and then the outside having that pretty look in the neutral colors. And I thought, you know, 3 stacked together can make a statement as well. So if you find a set of dishes and you can't find 4, think about staging 3 on your kitchen shelves. Another bowl that I thrifted, and I just put some limes inside of it. So guys, like I mentioned before, there is a full video on the kitchen if you want more details about the kitchen. But for now, I'll just share a few clips. And if you have any questions about the kitchen, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you at my next video on Wednesday. I have not decided on a time to release the video each week, so if you have any thoughts on that, please let me know. So guys, if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on part 2 and possibly part 3.
Longevity, prosperity, and